Emotionless greeting. Pitiful look. Still hoping to be Prime Minister despite the odds. Weak goodbye. Emotionless greeting.
Still telling my friends you're on my side, despite all evidence to the contrary.
Self-serving nod. Shameless thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Serious face.
Unsure nod. Disingenuous thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Query about mass testing.
Floppy nod. Moist thank you. Emotionless greeting. Stiff nod. Breathy thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Knowing it's a shitty apartment.
Wobbly nod. Robotic thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Scotch egg.
Scotch egg.
Scotch egg.
Scotch egg. Substantial nod. Suggestive thank you. Emotional greeting.
Vaccine supplies, lorry parks, fishing quotas, food standards, Northern Ireland, price of food, roaming charges, running out of time to list all the current problems.
Wonky nod. Loud thank you. Emotionless season's greetings.
Encouraging him not to frighten people unnecessarily.
Double nod. Cockney thank you. Emotionless no longer season's greetings.
Long drawn out pronunciation of minister.
Oh, Christ. Eager nod. Welsh thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Assuming that pushes forward your herd immunity plan.
Slimy nod. Nauseous thank you. Emotionless greeting.
No other questions other than why didn't you listen?
Not listening. Backwards nod. Sign language thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Asking if you honestly think you've made good decisions.
Pretending you asked a question about our successful vaccine rollout programme. Necklace nod. Belligerent thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Putting it to you, Minister, that you're loving all of this.
Absolutely denying that. Imperceptible nod. You thank backwards. Emotionless greeting.
I'm not a cat.
Yep. Orwellian nod. Ethics thank you, babes. Emotionless greeting.
Demanding to know how you were going to support musicians.
With thoughts and prayers.
What?
Glaswegian nod, you mass. Constipated thank you. Emotionless greeting. Trying to come across as friendly, strange smile, breaking voice like an angry schoolboy.
Your team have presided over a woeful handling of this pandemic that has led to us having the worst death toll in Europe.
Insisting you should be thanking me for my marvellous work.
I'm sorry, I'm not thanking you and applauding you.
Apology accepted. Pompous nod. Sarcastic you're welcome. Emotionless greeting.
Unimpressed stare. Astounded stare.
Jittery nod. No, I'm not doing it. Piers Morgan, thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Attempting humour, pointing out you've got as much chance of getting a blood clot from the vaccine as you have getting Rishi Sunak to shut up about coke.
Guards.
Requesting you to let go.
French nod de bœuf.
Telepathic thank you.
Emotionless greeting.
Arguing you could close the border.
Declaring it's just not possible to close the border.
But the immigrants.
Oh yes, we can close it for them.
Asking if you'll admit to making serious errors during the pandemic.
Ignoring that. Accusatory tone, wondering how many Union flags you printed in your newspaper today.
Confused face.
Circular nod. Sports commentator, thank you. Emotionless greeting. Trusting those of you with Photoshop skills won't do this or this, but do this. Erotic shiver.
Congratulating you of doing such a marvellous job of fixing all the racism.
Wishing you the best.
Wishing you all the very best.
Wishing you the very best.
Wishing you the very best.
All the best.
Wishing you the very best.
Wishing you the very best. Hands, face, space and fresh air. Trumpy nod. Listen, Tony Blair, thank you. Emotionless greeting.
His beautiful face! His beautiful wrinkly face!
Tentative nod. Incredibly posh, thank you. Emotionless greeting. The track and trace system, Michael Gove's rehab, and Priti Patel's anger management classes.
Pestin.
Clumsy nod. Oh! Ken Bruce, thank you, Terry. £1,000, Ballmaster. Emotionless greeting.
Very interested in Tory sleaze asking Minister question about...
Not you.
Incredibly interested in Tory sleaze. Wonder if the Minister...
Not you.
Speaking on behalf of every member of the public when I say extremely interested in Tory sleaze.
Oh, for fuck.
Pestin.
Looking forward to having the Minister on the very British network soon. Sexually charged pause.
Sexy pout. Chicken nod. Furious, thank you. Emotionless greeting. Count Binface, the Niko Defence League, and Waitrose Tommy Robinson. £50 million for fighting COVID variants, £200 million for an urgent Prince Philip boat, and a £60,000 grant for homeowners living in the Downing Street area. Paranoid nod. Yoda, you think? Emotionless greeting.
Wondering why this government is so obsessed with voter ID.
Not bothered nod. Ricky Gervais, thank you. Actually, so... Emotionless greeting. Essential business travel, family funerals, or Stanley Johnson fancies it. Presenting easy to understand slide.
Wondering why it took so long to stop flights from India to the UK.
Resisting the temptation to say that I warned you every day about a probable Indian variant.
Passive-aggressive laugh. Stand 2 meters apart, get nanny to hug them, send them off to boarding school. Emotional scars. Psychedelic nod. Ooh, can't thank you. Emotionless greeting.
I think we are absolutely fucked.
Invisible nod. Alan Partridge, thank you. Emotionless greeting.
Short question, unrelated to vaccines.
Happy to answer that. 75% of British citizens have now had their first vaccine jab. Slow nod. Even slower, thank you. Emotionless greeting. Spinning the random local lockdown generator. It's Nuneaton, and for how long? Ooh, unlucky.
Asking about Northern Ireland sausage controversy.
A great band.
No.
A teenager nod. Shakespearean thank thee. Emotionless greeting. Sincere squint. Proudly unveiling latest 3-part slogan.
Wondering if I'm going to get this auto cue.
Harold Bishop. Product placement nod. Continued product placement, thank you. Emotionless greeting. Shallow opening nod.
Hacking in the briefing saying we drop big hairy bomb on your puny ladyship. Vodka shot. Putin thumbs.
Warmly congratulating the Minister on all the benefits of Brexit.
Of course, such as struggling noises.
We are Britain and we have one dream to unite all.
9. Strong nod. Weak, thank you. Emotionless greeting. Masks off, tits out. It's a Tory summertime. Taking a break for brief musical interlude.
I'm too sexy for my mask. Too sexy for my mask. Too sexy for vax.
Sexy. Asking if you agree with this data.
Pointing out that graph's upside down.
Stern stare. Knowing nod. Upside down, thank you. Emotionless greeting. Shut up and listen. Interrupted nose pick. Embarrassed splutter. Good. Announcing Priti Patel's immigration plan with new 3-part slogan. We'll leave it up to the great British people to make solid and reliable decisions about their own safety. Massive nod. EastEnders, thank you! Emotionless greeting. Very warm. Slight pause for clammy balls adjustment. Crossing to scientists prematurely for up-to-date hospitalisation figures.
Unprepared fluster.
Wondering if you want to clarify now?
Nope.
Fine. Turning back to camera, raised eyebrows. Childish nod. Fawning thank you. Oh. Emotionless greeting. Noting general disappointment that I'm not the Prime Minister. Saying how difficult this is for everyone, although not me. 3-part slogan with strong but awkwardly timed hand gestures. Thinking I look like Churchill, trying to sound as clever as this scientist.
Slight nod of the head, pretending I don't think you're incompetent, understanding you're going to place all the blame at my door in the not too distant future.
Looking back to camera and claiming our message has been very clear, and where it hasn't been clear, we've been clear about that. Barely disguising that unclear message now allows us to blame the public later. Reluctantly taking inane question from member of the great British people.
Badly framed recording of pre-agreed question but with a common accent. Realising I'm on TV, momentarily losing my train of... Somehow managing to mention Brexit before repeating my pre-agreed question.
Pretending I didn't choose that question myself hours ago. Getting your name wrong, then just moving on. Steeling myself for harder questions. Thanking God for technical difficulties and with confusion crossing to a tabloid showbiz reporter.
Stupid question, even by my standards. Crowbarring in that I once met a big celebrity.
Thanking you for your contribution, barely hiding my utter disdain for you and your kind. With relief crossing to a broadsheet journalist.
Incredibly tough question about statistical analysis, which is impossible to understand, let alone answer.
Unadvisedly dipping my toe into the science and saying something I don't understand about R.
Perhaps
immediately regretting it.
Explaining what the R value is, wishing they taught statistics properly at school, trying to explain it again, realising futility and just giving up.
Pretending that's what I just said. Seeing who's got the next question, suddenly a bit nervous.
Introducing myself as host of a network politics show. Shameless advert for it behind me. Super long question that goes on for ages so everybody loses the will to live. A second question even though I'm only allowed one. And sneaking in a third question giving you the opportunity to get out of answering the first.
Gratefully ignoring the first question because I don't like it. Making a joke so I seem human. And immediately realising now's not the time. Slight panic. 3-part slogan and handing to the scientist to bail me out.
Surprised this question came to me, showing a complicated slide for 4 seconds. Trying my best not to merely say what the politician wants me to say, but hoping I keep my job after this.
Introducing myself as journalist from hugely popular Facebook page you've never heard of. Feel like I've been invited to ask a question so the government seems in touch with millennials.
Terrified of that question and of young people in general. Dead eyes looking forward, repeating the words success, heroes, key workers, frontline and thanks. No new information given, but distracting everyone with overcomplicated World War II analogy. British people. Alerting broadcast media to imminent end of briefing by slowing down dramatically. 3-part slogan. Insincere nod. Relieved thank you.
Embarrassed thank you.